Happy Friday and welcome back to VCTV, the Crypto Friday chat with PowerCash. And today we have a guest of honor who is a part of the PowerCash team. His name is Dr. Taher Kameli. So, welcome
Thank
to
you.
VCTV, Dr. Taher from Kameli and Associates. So you're joining us representing PowerCash project. So a project which is already listed in the process, obviously listed, sorry, they're doing their IO on La Token. So before discussing about PowerCash, because you are an attorney, I would like to have a quick round of introduction about yourself. So, and after that, we can just move accordingly. Thank you
What
so
a
much. Yes.
Thank you, Sunny. Thank you so much for giving me your Friday evening. I'm talking to you from Chicago, Illinois, the United States of America, and I'm an attorney. I have been practicing law for the past 24 years. Our office is in Chicago, and lately we have been seeing a lot of cases and arguments, discussions about crypto, and where will this crypto go? Where will the currency go? Where will all the issues lie down? And of course, it depends where you're talking about, who you're talking to. We have the views of the centralized, decentralized, and many other issues. So if you allow me, and I'm sure that for your audience, it's going to be very interesting to know that why an attorney is talking about crypto and PowerCash here. Well, allow me to tell you. Allow me to tell you that that's very interesting that they have chosen me to come and speak to you because of the fact that the legalities of cryptocurrency is going to be a major issue that has to be dealt with if it already has not been. And allow me to explain that. Country by country, they are defining it differently. Token, coin, blockchain, exchanges, and they have been defined separately that how a government, if any, will go ahead and determine how the money movement or how the currency movement is going to happen, how the exchanges will happen. What if you're in the legalities of one country and yet you're violating another country? So it has become a mess. And for the lack of better word, it has become a mess. And I'm sure that you guys have realized it too, right?
Yeah, sure, absolutely. There's a
And
lot of yeah. Sorry,
no,
carry on.
please go ahead. Sorry.
No, a lot of countries are banning it. Like Nigeria, central bank banned it. India, obviously, on the country was always known for banning cryptocurrencies, not supporting cryptocurrencies, and yes, and other countries as well. That people are like scared about if they should invest in crypto or not. It's a lot of noise around it all the time, and you're very right in terms of the legalities of that as well. So, what about what's going on? What's the future of cryptocurrencies? What's coming from US?
The US is taking a very hard stand, as you know. The US is looking at this as a security. So that's how most and the during the discussion in the Congress of the United States, the commissioner of the SEC has indicated that cryptocurrencies is going to take a stand on that, and the stand may be a very hard stand. Now, we do have individuals also saying that if the US comes in as having a very hard stand about cryptocurrencies, then the innovation will be gone from the US. And of course, we are seeing a lot of things in cryptocurrency. There are great ideas. There are great ideas that the startups are bringing up. We are seeing young people at age 18, 20, 25 coming up with, and they get the support of the individuals from all around the world. And maybe this is the first time that we are seeing a revolution, if you will, in technology, finances, and the law, because the law has to catch up. The law has to catch up with this. And that's at this point of the game, that has been an issue. Now, interesting enough, as some central governments are taking the stand back, 60 central banks are thinking about coming in. So the United States has actually thought about that too, that to have the coin that is equal to $1. And now I'm not talking about Tether. I'm talking about the actual coin that is given by the US government. So you can have a paper money here and equal of that on your wallet. The same thing. So it is backed by the US dollar, and they're thinking about bringing that up. Now, El Salvador amazingly enough, this week, they came up and legitimizing the whole thing.
Yeah, Bitcoin.
That they are bringing up the fact that, listen, Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies are here to stay. And it's going to be very difficult for the governments to say no. Now, something that we may be dealing with in the future, and of course the audience and everybody else has to think about it, is that if you have your wallet on your phone and you're going from one country to another country, can the Border Patrol check that out? Can they make you put your password and see what you're taking with you? Because under the law, as you know, in many countries, carrying more than 10,000 euros or $10,000 or whatever, it's illegal. It's not illegal. You have to declare. Well, if you have one Bitcoin today on your wallet, on your digital wallet, or do you have to declare that or not? So these are the points that we are dealing with at the law firm, and we have a lot of discussions about this all the time. And how the world is going to evolve is a question. So my advice to the people who are watching this, to the companies, make sure to have an attorney. And believe you me, we have a lot of attorneys who are good. They know about the laws. We know from Switzerland to Singapore, China, all around. Talk to them. Make sure at least, just follow the law. I mean, the laws are not there to be broken. It's there to interpret it. And what I interpret may be different than somebody else interprets. But at least if you know as a company, as the coins that are coming in and you're going to make it global, how to, the pros and cons of your situation, that is something that I believe that people have to entertain. So we are dealing with a lot of that, and it's been very exciting, very interesting than many things else that we had done before.
Okay, great. Good to have a background about cryptocurrency and where it's headed to in terms of regulatory and legal space before we start talking about PowerCash.
Sure. What we have seen, I think we're going to see some regulations and we're going to see some transparency. People have to know. Let's be honest with this. Let's be honest. Is this an investment? Depends who you talk to. What project you're dealing with. Are there actual utility coins? Yes. Are there utility tokens? Yes. Are there projects that could be looked at securities and the project is selling the shares as a securities? Absolutely. So we have to be able to distinguish, and I believe the governments have to come in to explain a little bit better about how they're going to deal with it. They cannot just close their eyes and say that, whatever the laws that I had in 1933 is going to apply today. No, it's not going to. So it has to evolve. And I believe in the next year, in the next 1 to 2 years, you will see a lot of developments in this field. We are seeing it from China. We are seeing it from India, about a different stance. The US it has to make sure that it's known about what's going on. And I believe the next challenge we're going to have, which has to be dealt with, I believe, immediately, is how do we connect the actual currencies to the real world? How do we bring the digital to the fiat money and you can use it? I mean, it may take a while for the real world to deal with this, but that exchange that now people are talking about 4%, 5% changing Bitcoin or Tether to dollar, it depends on which countries. I have heard as high as 12% or 15% that people are charging it. That has to be dealt with because it's not fair to people who are looking for innovation, people who are actually following the law to get penalized and indirectly pay penalties for their innovations. So that needs to be dealt with. And I believe that there are going to be many discussions about how the countries are going to be dealing with the banks, the banking systems. They have to start welcoming digital currency owners. They cannot treat it like drugs. I mean, honestly, right now, I'm telling you, there are banks in the US, interesting enough, that they treat any part of the cryptocurrency deposits same as you're selling marijuana or cocaine.
Wow.
I'm telling you, it's that bad. It's that
Yeah.
bad.
Wow.
It's ridiculous, and that's why they have to be able to deal with this situation. And let's sit down and have a very frank and transparent. Not everyone in cryptocurrency are bad. These are good people. We are talking about the world coming together. I mean, look at you. You're sitting in Singapore. I'm sitting in Chicago. We're having a conversation, and God knows who's watching this in what part of the world. We're all coming together.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Chicago, Singapore coming together on VCTV.
I know. Unbelievable. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. But thank you so much for allowing me to talk about that, because that is something that it has to evolve. And we are seeing it, a lot of activities in the regions and different world. And I'm happy that we see that. And that brings us to the discussion of the PowerCash. If you let me tell you that when I started, I mean, it's beautiful that at least people reached out to a law firm to ask the questions, what can be done, what cannot be done. And the legal structure of the companies and how we set it up, we try to take different options to look at it. What countries we can deal with, that the transparency is there, people know exactly what's going on. And what I have asked them to do is that you have to be able to provide the financials at any given time. People have to know. I mean, if that is not an investment, it's a utility, let's use it as a utility. Who's using this? Who is not going to use it? Put your wallet on where the wallet is being kept. Put it online. It's perfectly fine. Let people know what they're coming into. And that was one of the things that we made sure that the legalities. Now, I'll tell you this, guys. The documents, they may change every day because the laws change, and we have to keep up with it. I mean, you know how that is. I mean, if the law was something yesterday, it's different today. We have to change it. And if they find new facts, you have to change it. And I believe, if we bring up in the crypto community the idea of the risk, and for us not to be afraid of talking about the risk, that there is a risk for everything we do. There is a risk that I leave my office right now, go across to buy a sandwich and get hit by a bus. Does that mean that I should not leave my office? No. It means I have to be careful. So are there risks in crypto? Absolutely. Is crypto bulletproof? No. Have we seen a roller coaster sometimes? Yes, as we have witnessed it in the past few weeks. So how do we deal with each situation and each project differently? And the protocols, everything else goes on. So, sorry, I talk too much. So let's go back to.
No, it's okay to give all that insights coming from a lawyer like yourself, like you, to our audience as well. So because everybody wants to know what exactly, when they want to set up, or somebody like an entrepreneur founder wants to come up with a token. Okay, they have a great business idea, they have a utility in mind, and so on and so forth, but they forget the legalities, how to structure, which jurisdictions to choose, where to incorporate that company. All these things are very important as well when you are coming up with a token of yourself. So talking about PowerCash, so what is PowerCash exactly, and what's the token meant to do?
So it is a token right now, but the idea of the PowerCash is eventually to have its own blockchain. And why is blockchain its own blockchain? For certainty, for securities, just to make sure that the stability is there. Now, don't get me wrong. Are there great blockchains out there that you can work with? Absolutely. And that's what PowerCash is planning to do. Besides having its own blockchain, to make sure that there are the cross blockchains, they're going to be having their tokens and coins available in every other blockchains and many exchanges. So they're going to be using Ethereum, they're going to be using Tron, and any blockchain that provides security, speed, and a cost that is reasonable cost for transactions, PowerCash welcomes them. But what is PowerCash, and why is that an idea that we made sure it is going forward strongly? And PowerCash is the idea of transactions about real estate, how developers, brokers in real estate, developers in real estate, buyers and sellers, they all can transact with each other. Right. PowerCash is hoping to be a choice, the choice of the cryptocurrency and the crypto and digital currency in order for the real estate transactions to happen. That's it. That's the idea. Now, how can they do that for the fast and speed for someone sitting in Florida to be able to buy a house in St. Petersburg by going through the titles, by going through the deeds, by going through all the legal documentations as fast as possible online. Now, I'll tell you something interesting. Right now, in the city of Chicago, where I'm at, it may take about maybe 1 week to 2 weeks for the contracts to be signed, attorneys get involved, and I'm sure it's the same thing all over. I was in Dubai, the same thing. I dealt in Turkey. I was in China, same idea. But if we have the buyers around the world to be able to exchange real estate, to go through a system that is trusted with a good and reliable blockchain behind it, and that there is a transparency, people know exactly their buyer and seller, they know how it's done, and whatever that needs to be done, legalities based on the jurisdictions of those countries, that's what PowerCash is coming from.
Wow. So basically they are into real estate. So
they are.
Real estate globally. So they're connecting all the real estate globally.
That is correct. So the idea is that to be able to deal with the real estate transactions anywhere in the world through the currency that they'll provide. As easy as that. Now, we have seen, are there good companies that they're working very hard in the real estate and cryptocurrency? Yes, we have seen them. And if you look at the actual platforms of many of them, allow me to tell you, one, there is a great company out there. I mean, we're not here to say PowerCash is better than others or others are better. No, we're talking about the global. We all one community. There is a company out there that is providing the blockchain technology for the exchange of the documentations, period. There is another company that provides a solution for renters and landlords. There is another company that deals with the fast transactions only for certain projects. And there is a company out there that says, I'm going to get the cryptocurrency, I'm going to get the money that comes in, and I'm going to go buy real estate. Different things, which is perfectly fine. Each one has a different model. What the PowerCash blockchain is planning to do is try to be the combination, one shop that you can do all. You can do each one of those based on the need of you, your clientele, and of course, the rules and regulations about the country. Will everything be available in every country? No, because we don't want the users get in trouble. For God forbid we provide something. For example, is PowerCash available in the US? No, it's not. US residents and US citizens right now, they cannot buy this. They cannot buy it because the rules and regulations of the United States will not allow them. Period. Very simple. So are we here to help the customers to take advantage of the technology and the innovation for their benefit? Yes. So it's not going to be fair if we know something and not to tell them. So that's why we want to make sure that everything is up and up in their country also.
Absolutely. So if it's not open to US citizens, then so is it minus US citizens? Rest of the world can take part in their token sale?
Yes, they can get part. They can take part in token sales because the U.S. regulations, as you know, is very tough in this regard. But the rest of the world, as long as they feel comfortable that the country that they are from and that they allow them to participate in cryptocurrencies, yes. But what we have seen is the following: that the money can actually this cryptocurrency can be exchanged in different parts of the world based on the needs of the buyer and seller. That's what it is. So however they feel like it. It's the same idea that if I want to buy a house in Malaysia, I have to go through the SWIFT system and I have to make sure that everything is up and up. The difference is that this one provides a transparency between the individuals, the PowerCash, and then allows them to do the transfers much faster and transparent.
So where is this company incorporated out of right now? Where is it registered, and who are the founding members, and how did they come up with this idea of having a token to be used for real estate transactions?
Sure. The last part of registration actually is being done right now. We are planning to register it in not just one place, in two different countries. One is going to be in Europe, and the other one is going to be in Asia, and that we are registering it. So at least we know that the PowerCash is going to be meeting the laws of the certain countries in the region. The owners and the ideology behind this is coming from the real estate developers and the people who are into import and export in different parts of the world. Some of the owners are from Canada. Some are from the people who are involved from Canada, from Turkey. We have individuals from Ukraine, and we do have individuals. There is one individual from Middle East. There is one individual who's helping out from Malaysia. So it's global. And as you know, it's an idea of almost every company that is out there is global. When you look at the white papers, you enjoy it. I think this is the first time that you actually put a smile on. You have individuals from age 18 to 85 in one white paper.
That's awesome. 18 to 85.
Yeah, you see it in different white papers. You see it everywhere that is happening. And I really enjoy that, because you see the ideology that is coming up from an 18 years old with passion. They're really into it. The 85-year-old is based on experience and based on their knowledge and wisdom. And that's what makes it interesting. You know how that is.
I like the way you put it. Energy and wisdom.
Exactly. That's what it is. That's exactly what it is. And what's interesting that the use of the different blockchains and having it in different blockchains, it gives them whoever wants to deal with a certain blockchain, or they feel that they one may be better than the other one, by all means. It's up to the individual who wants to use it. But we do believe that it will have some presence in the real estate world soon.
Right. So talking about the technology aspect of the PowerCash, so they are based on Ethereum, a blockchain, right?
No, right now they are on Tron. Right now they're on Tron. They will be on Ethereum, and they will be on Binance also. But the idea behind the whole thing is that in the next few months, they will have their own blockchain also.
Right.
So they will have a coin that is going to back everything up. Of course, that's for reliability and any other issue to prevent major issues in the future. So that's the technology part. Now, as you know, some of these blockchains, one may have an advantage over the other one. So that's why they wanted to have it present in all 3 or 4 of those.
So Tron, Ethereum, and Binance Chain.
Yes, that Tron, currently they're on Tron. They will be on the other two also. There's a cross chain, and besides that, their own blockchain as well.
Okay, so when are they going to come up with their own blockchain? Any roadmap?
Their own blockchain, I believe, is going to be operational in mid-August.
Mid-August. Okay.
That's what the plan is right now. So you know, it's, sometimes we want a lot of things fast, but I have told them that, guys, be careful. Fast may not be good sometimes, because you have to make sure that you have thought about everything, and the security of the individuals of the whole transactions are involved. So
absolutely.
So what we have done, Sunny, it's good to have different thoughts in one company, at the table that people are sitting. If 12 people at the table are thinking about the same thing, not good. I'm hoping that at least it would be 6, so you can hear different ideas. And that's what we are seeing in PowerCash. There are individuals who are very passionate, they keep going, but then there are individuals also at the table that brings them back. I mean, the conference calls that they have had, I really enjoy. I'm a silent person, I just sit and listen. But the fact that they are brainstorming it and try to see what's going on, that's what I like. And I encourage everyone, who's watching this in their own companies or dealing with digital currencies, to think about, look at the companies that they are willing to go against each other's thoughts and try to come up with a solution that is better for you. And that's one of the things that I think makes them successful.
Thank you, Dr. Taher. So currently, PowerCash is partnered with La Token. So do they have any plans to list on other exchanges?
There is a list, and they're in discussion with that. But since they have had a great experience with Latoken, so right now we are just waiting to see what's going to happen.
Okay, great. So again, coming to the little bit of technicalities here, what is the function of multi-economic system in PowerCash?
It's the idea of being able to, the way they look at the economy of this, of the actual economy of the PowerCash, to be able to be a cross-chain, to be in different economic zones, if you will. And the multi-economy is that you can use it anywhere in the world for real estate that they need. And the fact that they are able to set up a policy. So the way we look at it, is that if you look at a blockchain as a country, the coins as the actual currency of that country, the value of that coin and everything else goes up and down based on the economy and the policies that are set. That's why PowerCash, they sit down, they think about what kind of policies they're going to stand, and that's why they're doing a cross-chain right now. That's why they went ahead and tried to set up that policy to come up with their own blockchain. So at least in the future, if there are any kind of issues, that if they want to expand their own blockchain, the future is in their own hands, not that they have to deal with the rules and regulations of other blockchains. So that's the multi-economy that they're thinking about.
That's a great idea. Whoever, I think the founding team and yourself maybe come up with, that's a great way to go forward.
Thank you. And you know what, it really has to be in a case that if you are just not that, and allow me to say that, not that being just a token is bad, absolutely not. Each company has its own different platform, and I respect all of them. But I believe that having that blockchain of your own behind you, that may provide some kind of a stability. Now, don't get me wrong, we have seen articles, we have seen ideologies also that some people talk against having your own blockchain, and we respect that. I mean, there is nothing wrong with that. But the idea, if you have an idea of expansion and the longevity, that you know that this company and the ideology and the platform is going to stay for a long time, I think at one point you have to take the control in your own hands, making sure that not that suddenly because of some issues the whole blockchain goes down. You have to make sure that it's in your own control.
Yes, absolutely. So we have token sale currently going live on LaToken, but besides that, how can people like airdroppers, and how can they have giveaway, like some tokens to hold, like PRCH token from PowerCash?
There will be a airdrop also, which is under the XPRCH. Those are the only airdrops, and of course, people they can take advantage of the initial exchange, the listing on the exchange with LaToken, and they can take a look at it and evaluate. And as always, guys, whoever is watching this, we are not here to say that go and buy PowerCash. No, that's not what I'm saying. That's not PowerCash wants to say. We are here to introduce PowerCash to you, to say that, guys, even though it's a great company and I believe it's going to succeed and it's going to have a great future, just have an eye on it. You want to buy it today, buy it today. You want to buy it tomorrow, buy it tomorrow. Whatever you want to do, have an eye on the future of the real estate in this digital world. And PowerCash is right now has started, and it will be one of the major players based on the facts that I have mentioned. So they can actually take advantage of the IEO sales that is going on right now.
So as viewers and audience, as Dr. Taher Kameli rightly said, the IEO is live on LaToken platform, and he has very clearly said it. I mean, it's up to you if you want to buy it now or in future,
Absolutely.
So thank you.
What I try to do is that try to let the audience know that we are not here to advertise and market ourselves. No, that the PowerCash sells itself. We don't need to advertise for it. But the idea that you, as the audience, think about a little bit the real estate and the real world. I mean, no matter how well we are into the digital world, at the end of the day, you have to sleep in a bed that is located in a room that is located inside an apartment or a house or a mansion or whatever it might be. That's the reality right now. So that real estate is here to stay. And based on that, the power of the PowerCash will be how to deal with the real world and the digital world for something that everyone will need, and that is real estate.
That's real estate. Absolutely, absolutely. Real estate being very illiquid. If you,
Thank you.
from the other side, crypto is going to make it available to everybody, right?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. It's going to be a change. And there are many plans that, of course, I'm going to update you as we go on.
Okay. So outside of PowerCash, you must be also working with other projects in blockchain space?
Yes. Yes, we do. Outside of PowerCash, we also do deals with many other projects, mainly with real estate. And we have dealt with companies that they want to do. We dealt with using digital currencies for the import-export, using it for the bank setup. The bank setup is going to be very important. And actually, one of the things that how do we deal with the banking situation to bring the money in so the person can cash it in, and how they can use the PowerCash in that regard also. So that's very the real estate part. The banking situation, Sunny, it's going to be something that it needs to be dealt with. And we are seeing some banks coming up that they allow you to deal with, to make it easier for you to cash in. I mean, the fact that, yes, the KYC has to be there, the AML, I get it. But you cannot, and this is what I don't like when I see that and I deal with in seminars. You cannot deal with people who are in crypto and look at them as semi and quasi criminals. No, they're not. Oh my God, what's going on? And that's something, I mean, you'd be amazed sometimes when you sit back and look at it, the way that they're discussing and the laws that they want to adopt. I'm like, that's me. That could be my kids, everyone else. That doesn't mean it's in technology. And probably the same way people were looking at each other, go back hundreds of years ago, when there was no actual coin or currency back in Roman Empire, and people were using, I was giving you a pen, you were giving me your glasses, for example, glasses or pen at the time. But that's how the exchange was happening. The first person who came in and said, let me give you a coin and give me your pen, everybody looked at him as a weird person. But no. He had an idea how to deal with the situation, and look what happened after many years. That is right now the current stage of the cryptos and how we are dealing with this situation. I think the banking system all around the world, they should open their arms to people who are in the crypto, the digital currencies, and everything else that deals with it. Not in everything you do, in every sector of the society and economy, there are good and bad people. That doesn't mean that you have to just get rid of the whole sector. It doesn't mean that. So, but I believe that we're going to see more and more changes that is coming up. And actually, our law firm is helping individuals to learn about the changes that is coming up. And as I said, we are really into focus about how to make it easier for people to understand and to make it transparent in the cryptocurrency. That's what we are hoping to accomplish.
Great. Thank you, Dr. Taher Kameli, for your time today, talking about cryptocurrencies, legalities, regulations, PowerCash. And I'm sure all the success to the team of PowerCash going forward, and yourself as well. And I hope to see you on VCTV, on different panels, because we have sections where we cover law as well, regulations as well. So I'll be happy to have you on VCTV to talk about your ideas and insights. And
I thank you and Latoken for all the work that they are doing. Great job. It's very good. I have seen the work of your team, and I congratulate you for the great leadership that you guys have. Seriously, wonderful. Nicely done.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being on the show today, speaking about the project. Really had great insights coming from you. So let's wrap up the show. Any closing remarks, any closing thoughts from you before we wrap up?
Invest wisely.
Very, very rightly said. Invest wisely. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, and
Thank
have
you.
a great day.
You
Thank you.
too. Take care. Bye bye.